Greetings, this is Julie Kerr, a Master of Science student with Walden University for Nonprofit Management and Leadership. The focus is on the Space Foundation and managing organizational performance for transformational social change, underscoring a new catchphrase of MATSA for Make America the Smartest Again as a national initiative to transform STEM education inclusively by enabling equity and innovation to flourish among homeschool students in hopes of eliminating talent shortages in STEM-related jobs. Introduction and purpose. The SF's vision is to educate, inspire, and connect international communities towards a common goal of bridging equity gaps in STEM education, especially for underrepresented minority groups, according to Harris 2023. This presentation explores how the SF could employ a more integrated approach to managing organizational performance by combining transformational leadership with rigorous frameworks, e.g. Chapman's charitable triad theory, Masoni and Alessani's results-based management, and Poistre-Tau's performance management framework. These efforts ensure that the SF's strategic goals advance innovative space education programs and support long-term sustainable positive social change aligned with national and international standards such as ISO 21001 certification for homeschool institutions seeking NASA-level candidacy and funding. The SF at a glance. Founded in 1983, the SF began as a nonprofit extension of the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA, dedicated to space education and advocacy. Over time, it has transformed into a global leader in STEM, now STEAM, outreach, research, and commercial space advocacy, effectively bridging government, industry, and academia. Core initiatives such as their annual Space Symposium and Leadership Academy make this SF the perfect entity to integrate ISO 21001 certifications into STEM initiatives for homeschool students. Institutions with existing ISO STEM certification programs could help other organizations with ongoing MATSA development and implementation. Historical context, STEM and SF's role. The term STEM was originally coined by Judith Romilly in 2001 and promoted by the National Science Foundation to address the growing need for integrated science, technology, engineering, and mathematics education. Over the years, it has evolved to STEAM to include artistic influence to foster creativity and innovation. Since the 1990s, the SF has been a pioneer in expanding STEM to students who have shown unique learning strengths. This approach aligns with international priorities, including the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, emphasizing equitable quality education worldwide. Organizational structure and leadership framework. The SF operates within a hybrid organizational model that combines hierarchical governance through its board of directors with network collaboration across its operational departments, including an executive CEO-led team with departments including education, advocacy, and memberships. According to Masoni and Alessani, SF's structure supports adaptability and stakeholder engagement across sectors. Additionally, leadership at the SF embraces transformational principles, emphasizing inclusivity, crisis management, and innovation. Past inspirational figures like Dr. Mae Jemison and Dr. Sally Ride exemplify that culture through their historic contributions in advocating for diverse STEM participation. Both women demonstrated how visionary leadership can drive systemic change. The SF serves as a neutral covenant, bridging competitive aerospace companies such as NASA, Blue Origin, SpaceX, and Virgin Galactic, along other international organizations. In the facilitation of teamwork and technology sharing among stakeholders gives life to birthing new ideas that help communities intergalactically. This collaborative approach aligns with the UN SDGs, supporting both commercial growth and educational advancement of the global aerospace industry. The MATSA initiative, vision and goals. The Make America the Smartest Again An initiative focuses on expanding the ISO 21001 certified STEM curricula specifically targeting homeschool students. By applying SMART goals, the SF could set clear benchmarks, such as desiring a 30% increase in homeschool STEM enrollment within 2 years, national scaling of programs over 10 years, and establishing global leadership in STEM inclusivity by 20 years. This initiative supports compliance with the Every Student Succeeds Act, known as ESSA, and aligns with the Golden Dome operational plan scheduled for full operation by 2030. Challenging the STEM skills gap. A significant challenge that the SF and the broader U.S. economy face is the growing gap between the demand for skilled STEM professionals and the available supply, as depicted by Martin 2023, pictured right. And homeschool students remain disproportionately excluded from STEM education and careers, representing an untapped source of talent. The MATSA initiative should seek to address this by creating scalable, innovative STEM curricula that expand inclusive access and integrate those diverse learners into the national STEM workforce pipeline to meet future labor market needs. Misinformation about STEM careers often discourages youth from pursuing those fields, limiting the diversity of the talent pipeline. The SF actively combats those misconceptions through programs like the Leadership Academy and targeted outreach initiatives. By presenting clear, tangible career pathways in aerospace and technology and highlighting diverse role models and success stories, the SF inspires and motivates students to envision themselves thriving in STEM professions. The commercial space industry faces intense competition among key players such as SpaceX, Blue Origin, and Virgin Galactic, putting concerted efforts under pressure. The SF plays a critical role in fostering global dialogue and partnership building throughout events like the annual Space Symposium, which facilitates cooperation despite competitive tensions. With recent market recovery, these advances create significant growth opportunities for STEM talent development, enabling SF to adapt its programming and strengthen its aerospace ecosystem. The SF strategic management should be possibly already anchored in 3 complementary frameworks, according to Bryson 2018. The first suggestion is the charitable triad theory that balances the interests of donors, government, beneficiaries, students, and fundraisers, which are schools, ensuring equitable stakeholder engagement. Secondly, Mosoni and Alessani's results-based management provides an outcome-focused approach to planning and evaluation, emphasizing measurable results. Finally, Poistre-Tal's performance management framework facilitates continuous monitoring and organizational learning, enabling adaptive leadership to respond effectively. This integrative approach supports the SF's mission to deliver lasting sustainable impact. As a suggestion, the SF could fully automate such a system with quantum computing and programming that considers all facets of human emotion and ethical philosophies to potentially eliminate biases, the good, bad, ugly, and uglier. Performance Improvement Evaluation Overview. The SF tracks key metrics such as enrollment numbers, retention rates, academic achievement, and stakeholder satisfaction to evaluate the effectiveness of its STEM programs. Benchmarks include achieving a 30% growth in homeschool student participation within 2 years, escalating program reach nationally, and diversifying funding sources to ensure sustainability. If effective, the SF could expand globally. Accountability is maintained through designated program directors, board oversight with CEO management, and independent evaluators to align short, medium, and long-term goals with measurable outcomes. Frequency and accountability of measures. Regular and transparent data collection is essential to ensure effective program monitoring and continuous improvement with the SF. Monthly, quarterly data tracking, collection, and reporting for all benchmarks and metrics enable timely identification of progress and challenges. Simultaneously, while annual strategic reviews engage all key stakeholder groups. all of which align with ESSA and ISO 21001 standards promoting and compliance with national and international education. Outcomes of key data measures. It is imperative that any efforts of expanding STEM are result-oriented with measurable outcomes that translate to long-term success and ongoing funding. Once key data is measured, one could easily deduce the applicability of STEM concepts to real-world scenarios by developing higher cognitive skills, academic identity, and motivational resilience. Evidence-based plan for continuous improvement. The SF is committed to evidence-based decision-making by employing validated stakeholder engagement measures developed by Goodman 2021. This approach supports adaptive governance through real-time feedback loops, allowing iterative refinement of programs based on ongoing data analysis. By leveraging data trends and responding proactively to market shifts, the SF ensures scalable interventions that enhance inclusiveness and program responsiveness while maintaining compliance with accreditation and policy standards. Funding strategy for STEM inclusion. According to the SF editorial team 2025 and the SF 2024, they employ a diversified funding strategy to ensure the sustainability and scalability of their STEM certification programs. This includes securing grants, cultivating corporate partnerships, and developing fee-based workshops tailored to homeschool and ERM communities. Inspired by microfinance models in the nonprofit sector, this approach enhances financial resilience and supports the ongoing expansion of inclusive STEM education initiatives. Data analysis and stakeholder engagement. The SF enhances transparency and accountability by implementing accessible data dashboards for all stakeholders, nurturing shared governance. This open access supports democratic decision-making, allowing donors, beneficiaries, and fundraisers to collaboratively engage in the organization's mission. Continuous two-way communication enabled by these tools promotes long-term community ownership and strengthens trust among all parties involved. Space industry financial recovery as context. The recent financial recovery of major aerospace companies such as SpaceX, Blue Origin, and Virgin Galactic highlights the sector's resilience and signals renewed growth opportunities. This upward market trajectory is driving demand for skilled STEM professionals and stimulating investments and partnerships within the industry. Moreover, the SF is strategically positioned to leverage this momentum by expanding its STEM education programs, thereby supporting workforce development aligned with evolving aerospace market dynamics. Positive social change impacts. The SF's strategic initiatives significantly enhance equity and access to STEM education for ERM learners, thus broadening the talent pipeline crucial for encouraging innovation and global competitiveness. By empowering individuals through inclusive programming, the SF contributes to long-term societal benefits, including economic growth, technological advancement, and increased social mobility. Those outcomes align with both national priorities and global development goals, reinforcing SF's role as a catalyst for positive social change. Conclusion and call to action. In summary, the SF's integrated leadership approach, combining transformational strategies, rigorous performance management, and strategic partnerships, positions it at the forefront of educational and space innovation. The MATSA initiative serves as a powerful blueprint for advancing STEM equity nationwide, potentially intergalactically, by expanding inclusive, high-quality, home-based curricula. To realize this ambitious vision, the SF should welcome continued collaboration with sustained funding and supportive policy engagement from all stakeholders committed to driving lasting positive social change. And the last 5 slides are consistent of references and a nice quote. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving. By the late Martin Luther King Jr.